because it's a Wolfsburg's edition, we've got the super cool 5-speed manual transmission, which probably doesn't help any with off-roading, but makes it much cooler than most other cars. In 2021, I returned to tent camping for the first time in quite a few years. Most of my camping for the last 10 years has been staying in rustic cabins with my buddies once per year, and sometimes rustic tent camping with my dad, brothers, and kids. In 2021, I bought a 2017 Volkswagen Golf Wolfsburg Edition, basically a tiny hatchback. This is not an ideal camping or off-roading vehicle, to say the least. It only has 5.5 inches of ground clearance, just regular old all-season tires, and not much space for gear. So it can be a bit challenging to go camping in it, but I rediscovered a love of camping over the last couple of years, so I thought I would make this my primary camping vehicle. I started this channel to show you that you don't need a Bronco, Jeep, or 4Runner to have fun outdoors, and I hope everyone enjoys seeing my trips in this vehicle, and that's why I'm calling this channel Golfroading. Hey friends, welcome to Headquarters Lake. This is in the Michigan State Forest, but near the city of Kalkaska, which is about halfway between Gaylord and Traverse City. I'm going to be camping here for a couple of days. I know this is part of a flooding. I'll get some more information and put it up on the screen. But over this way is the actual Headquarters Lake where the dam is. And then over this way is just some more open water area, excuse me. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure this whole YouTube thing out. But it's a beautiful area. We used to come here when I was a kid to go duck hunting and fishing. Last time I was here was in 2002 or 2003. My kids and my dad and brothers and my brother's kids all came here, did a fishing and camping trip back then. I'll stick a couple of pictures from then into the feed so you can see it. But I'm excited to spend a couple of days poking around on fire trails, doing a little kayaking if it warms up a little bit. It's only about 40 degrees Fahrenheit right now. And just kind of generally exploring the area. So hope this is something fun for everybody else to watch. Seeing me driving around in my little Volkswagen Golf, trying to do some off-roading. You can see it up there on the hill as I walk up closer. I think this is probably going to be the spot that I camp in. This isn't an official campground, but because it's state forest, you can camp anywhere you want, as long as you obey the rules of the state forest. So we will do our thing out here in the woods. There she is, the beautiful Golfroading Sporkmobile with a massive 5.5 inches of ground clearance, super capacitive upstairs kayak carrying area, regular old all-season tires, super minimal ground clearance, and a hatchback full of camping crap. So, like I said, I hope this is something fun for everybody else. If not, maybe I won't make any more of these videos. We'll see. So this is home away from home for the next 4 days. It's one of those Coleman Instant Up tents. It says it's for 4 people, but as you can see with my cot in there and a little chair, a little bit of junk, it's a 1-person tent, honestly. You could fit 4 people in there if they were very, very friendly and slept on top of each other, or if a few of them were kids. There's no like official fire pit here because it's a state forest and you can just camp wherever you want, but there's a little bit of a fire pit here, so I got my chair set up. Solar stuff is charging, and there's a tripod where I tried to video myself setting up the tent and screwed up and did not hit record. So, you know, still new to this, but we'll get it eventually. A lot of people like to put beautiful classical music or folk rock over their nature drone videos. Not me. Let's have some ministry.
This is a love song. Don't need love, I got a chainsaw. Quickest way to heart is a chainsaw. Keep on running with a chainsaw. Who needs love, I got a chainsaw. Don't need love, I got a chainsaw. Quickest way to heart is a chainsaw. Keep on running with a chainsaw. Who needs love, I got a chainsaw.
Remember that one time you were going for a hike and you found a bottle of pickled eggs and Excedrin out in the woods? Those were good times. This is Spring Lake State Forest Campground. I was thinking about camping here if there wasn't a good spot at Headquarters Lake where I am camping, or if it was too wet for me to get in there. But it looks like it's been much drier in this part of the state than over on the east side of the state. So I'm just going to drive in here and take a look around and see what the campsite looks like. I remember when I was a kid and we were camping at Headquarters Lake, we came over here to swim because Headquarters Lake was not a good swimming spot. And I think this park has a beach. So we're going to go take a look. Looks like nice rustic sites, very well spread apart. I do have the kayak with me. I was going to get in the water at Headquarters, but it's very windy today. There's like 25 or 30 mile an hour wind gusts, so I was getting pushed around the lake. I didn't even bother to record anything. But yeah, this is where we came swimming on the warmer days when we'd camp out here. It's a nice little lake. I will get some information and put it in the voiceover probably later on. Please let me know if you're interested in me driving around and looking at the different state forest campgrounds. If you're not, that's cool. Looks like this one's only got a few sites and only one toilet. So it must be pretty small. It's hilly, so, you know, and the sites look very, very far apart, so that's cool. Tap stop. I'm not sure if there were some logging buildings back here at one point, maybe. There's a bunch of big cement slabs out here I don't remember ever seeing. Not too far from where we usually camp, where the two pieces of the lake come together. Concrete wasn't around a lot until the 1910s and 20s. So it is from the 20th century. But it's a mystery. Very windy today. 20 mile an hour wind gusts probably. Hopefully it'll be a little bit nicer tomorrow and I can take the kayak out. ruts are probably 10 or 12 inches deep, and this car only has 5.5 inches of ground clearance, so doing my best to straddle them. If it were wet out, there's no way in hell I could get down here. Golfroading is a more difficult and nerve-wracking experience than I expected. I expected to be able to just kind of drive down some fire trails without too much trouble. I should have known better. This car is really not designed for this. But I have made it back to US 131 safely, which is great. Picked up one of these little stick stoves from Amazon for $20 or $30. I'd have to look up how much it was. But basically you just feed sticks into it and you can boil water or whatever without having to start a big fire, because it's super windy tonight and I do not want to start a big fire. As you can see, there's a little door on the side and you stick the sticks inside and then slowly shove them in as they burn. And that boils your water, or you could probably even cook something in a frying pan on there. I may try that tomorrow. I've got other forms of cooking that I brought with me. I have one of those propane stoves, and I also have a butane stove to keep the tent warm. But I may try it on the stick stove just because I love the idea of just using sticks. My original plan was to stay for 4 days in the headquarters lake area, but unfortunately it was so windy I couldn't fly the drone very well or use my kayak very well. And then on top of that, I forgot my meds at home. So I ended up only staying for the 1 day. But I did have a ton of fun and learned a bunch of stuff about the process of making videos and golf roading. So hopefully you guys will see another video and hopefully you enjoy this one. Thanks for watching.